controls. But I think the only difference is their core heroes. The Bruno, you will feel him at around 6.
With the Lancelot pick, they should end the game early, or
Yes.
it'll be close to impossible to turn things around. But anyways, it's gonna be this third series for today: Team Thailand versus Team Singapore.
I think they should end the dinner early for them to get their dinner early as well, right? So yeah,
Yes.
it's gonna be threatening for Team Thailand if this game went on to at around 15 minutes, because the Popol and Koopa can transition himself into a core. That I think that's the reason why they actually chosen the Terizla to counter the damage output of the Bruno, because again, this passive of the Terizla is just too much for marksmen such as Bruno, such as Kimmy. But that's in the early game, because again, the
Yep.
Bruno can have this huge amount of critical strike, and that will be critical for the Terizla if he will catch all those damage. But meanwhile, I say this, that is the rotation ring for the side of Louis, as Jason will just pump fake the double team. Yeah.
That's we're talking about the damage here of Liu actually for the side of Team Thailand. That was just a specific skill for Liu, but we could see already the damage against Team Singapore. And for this one, we could see both for this team's a 2-man mask. So we are mostly seeing a 4-man mask, a 3-man mask, but this time it's gonna be a different rotation for the both teams. Anyways, seeing this one, I guess for Team Thailand, they have to be mindful of this kind of rotation being brought to us by Team Singapore, because it's really difficult if this Bruno in terms of the gold spikes up early part of the game. We can see here on the middle lane, it's gonna be a Kufra together with this Lancelot, but here comes the dive in coming from this Kufra. It's gonna be 2 versus 3. Zink is on the first blood, guys. Kufra getting the kill, but here comes the penalty zone. Flicker away for LY4 of Team Singapore.
What you get if you give the Lancelot Mink his level 5 at 2 minutes. Early Phantom Execution, early puncture to the Thorn Rose, and there you go. Early damage, as well, like what we've said, the early stages, they will try to give all the space in the world to Mink. He now has the upgraded Retri, and he is now stalking his prey in the bottom side. Doesn't even need his damage.
What a nice gank! But here's the setup play, counter play come from Team Singapore. Fatalix catches 4, but we can see here LY4 on skill for the side of Team Singapore. LOYS with that damage, but there is the double kill. So again, like what we are saying for Team Singapore, rather Team Thailand, they need to be mindful of giving this Bruno the kills, because it has the bounty hunter. So the more they give up the kills, the more it will be really disastrous for Team Thailand in terms of the late game. But another penalty zone here. We have this Terizla against 4 players of Team Singapore. The sustain is there, but the damage is also there for Team Singapore. But the fight is not over. We have the double kill here for the Tangs, and Lancelot with the damage as well.
Oh, Team Thailand na unfazed, because they knew that the cooldown of Jason's ultimate was still up. Right? It was he just used it in the bottom side, and with this Terizla SETH, FRAMEZY SETH, yes, he sacrificed himself, but I think that was the right decision for not giving Team Singapore the turtle, not blocking this Bruno from umping up his damage. But as I say this, it's going to be another skirmish in the mid side. But no casualties whatsoever. Team Thailand, they will survive it. Team Singapore, now they want to get back from this. They want to get back from this deficit. It is clear that Team Thailand, they're controlling the tempo of the game, Chantel.
Yes, and actually for Team Thailand, we could see the Tams on the bottom lane just doing the objectives. He's actually not a necessity to go for a team fight or to join the team fight. That just means that Team Thailand is, as it is, good in terms of team fight. Just 4 players here against Team Singapore. So for Team Singapore, all they have to do is to do the objectives against Team Thailand here. But here comes Kufra on the title stage. Nice set of play plus the penalty zone. That is going to be a secure kill. Come from Louis of Team Thailand. The fight is not over. Nope, it's going to be a dash away for the both teams onto this side. The goal lead on this game is on the side of Team Thailand.
Was the combo? We've just seen it. The wombo combo from the Tyrant's Rage to the rotation dispersion combo from Louis. The vacuum is present for Team Thailand, and that was flavorful. We have our own fatal links as well, says Team Thailand. I think this is going to be the revenge play. There you go! Dribbling the ball, plus playing it with the kicks. That is soccer and basketball for you. Meanwhile, the Wolf is here biting LOYS, Sync, and company. They were able to get the retaliation play that they need, but Team Thailand, they're now aiming the turtle. We now have the turtle dance. There you go, the puncture in. Sync will flicker out. Nice outplay, but the Kaja will also die. Chantel.
Oh my god, it's gonna be another one down for the side of Team Thailand. Double kill actually. The last insanity is here for this X-Borg, and Turtle has been taken by Thams of Team Thailand. One man down. XCP getting that kill for Team Singapore. It's gonna be a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Team Thailand on the team fight. We can see a courage mask for the Atlas of Team Singapore, so they are more on the aggressive side, knowing that they already locked in this courage mask for this tank. But another set of play coming free in from Team Thailand. Immortality is popped for this one. Last insanity plus the lethal links. Oh my god, another one. Divine Judgment come from the Kaja. Low on life with that bouncing ball. Is he gonna escape? Nope. He's down for the side of Team Thailand.
Upon layers of skills and combos here for both of the teams. Jason said, hey, it's time. It's morphing time. Let's go. Fatal links onto 2. You have the last insanity 2. And then lots of confusing skirmishes here coming in from both of the teams. I think both of them, they are confused on whether to, are we gonna take the turtle? Are we gonna take the tower? Or are we going to kill? Right?
Actually,
if you're a player and whenever you have that ultimate, you will definitely understand because we have wombo combos on our side. So you will definitely like to love rather to pull that off.
Yep. And actually for this one, we could see the gold earlier. I'm liking the situation of the players here come from Team Thailand, because there are, I guess, 3 players with a 4K gold mark against Team Singapore, who only has 2 or 2 actually, yes, 5.6K and 4.4K gold. So that is already an edge, because there are players here come from Team Singapore that needs to cope up with this one. And speaking of, this is the problem here with this both teams. They're not really sure if they should engage into a team fight or they should go for a split push. All they do is whenever they see something blocking their way, they go instantly for a team fight. Again, this is the turtle objective. We could see the damage coming from LY4. Another one with the Divine Judgment plus the Fatal Links. That is gonna be a mega kill, but the penalty zone is here. Oh my god, it's gonna be 3 men down for the side of Team Thailand plus the turtle objective for Team Singapore.
Pulling triggers on their side. Divine Judgment to the Fatal Links. What more can you ask for? Chantel, it's like the door sign says push, but Team Singapore, all they did was pull, and it was enough for their team to get all of the damage done. Crowd controls in. Hack only has the Purify, only is the one with the Purify. Flickers for Team Thailand. It's not working for them right now in terms of 5-on-5. There you go. That is the version TP, but it's still Team Singapore getting the tower and getting all of the objectives.
Yes, actually for this one, I guess for Team Thailand, one factor to be considered is the movement speed of the Trisla. If it goes in for the penalty zone, there's literally no way out. Because there is the Divine Judgment, there is Popaling Kupa for the crowd control. So I guess for Team Thailand, all they need to do is a surprising kind of engagement. They have the Kufra on their lineup. They also have the Terizla. If they take down or they initiate into 3 or 4 players here of Team Singapore, it's going to be good for the team. Although this one for Team Singapore, we said that they need to bring the damage or they need to release the beast on LY4 on this Bruno. But this time on the status of Team Singapore, I guess they are really on the upper hand. Another one onto this one. There is the penalty zone plus the last insanity here. Oh my god, the damage is real for Team Singapore with a double kill for that X-Borg and a double kill as well for LY4.
LY4 free hitting everyone from behind. 16-9 and Chantel, well, we've been talking about it earlier. It's now 10 minutes into the game and the crits is just too much for Team Thailand to handle. Man, this Bruno is the key to victory right now. I think plus props to Jason. Look at his assists, Chantel.
Actually, it's yep,
out of 16.
Oh my god, that
fatal lynxes. Yes.
Yes, that's actually a lot of participation in terms of team fight for this one. For Team Singapore, the key for their win for every clash is their synchronization of skills. We can see them actually. We have this Kaja on the Divine Judgment plus the follow-up automatically for Jinx. So there is no way for Team Thailand to negate or to counter-initiate. There was a time wherein that Teresa wanted to do so, but there is another one on that series of events. We could see the damage for XCP already on that export.
Definitely, and I think we're gonna have another one, but the Fatal Lynx is on cooldown, but it's not, it doesn't matter because the Bruno damage is just on point. And if the vacuum coming to Yi, the Kaja will fall, but the Bruno just swapping the normal hits after normal hits. Last insanity, that's the flamethrower. XCP is inside the base, and there you go, fire stakes. I think the game is almost over. Chantel, 18-10, 12 minutes, and Fatal Lynx onto 1 because that's the Fatal Junction onto LOYS, but it's alright because the dog is also here with the wolf form.
Oh my god.
I think this is it.
For Team Singapore, this is a really nice game for them. Very aggressive from the previous one. But Team Thailand is still alive for this game. We can see the light being brought about. The players are already alive for this one. For Team Singapore, though, they are already on the upper hand. For this match, all they need to do is to secure more objectives against Team Thailand and to avoid having errors. In terms of team fight, they need to be mindful of every bush. So because there is a possibility here for Team Thailand to actually go for a surprise play just to kill a certain hero coming from Team Singapore.
Just don't go for any sour moves if you are Team Thailand. Because Chantel, Team Singapore right now, I think we didn't notice, but they have 5-man flickers in their arsenal. That's the reason why they're getting all of the CCs right now. But as the vacuum once again from the Lu Yi manages to get the PNK, and that is a double kill from the Atlas. Oh no! Is this the sour moves that we're looking for Team Singapore? And that's it. 3-man falling down for Team Singapore.
Oh my god, that is what we're talking about for Team Singapore. All they need to do is to secure the objectives rather than go for the errors. For the team, you could see here right now, this Kufra is very aggressive. So we could see since there are only 2 players left for Team Singapore, this is a perfect opportunity for Team Thailand to actually get objectives against Team Singapore. Although they need to take note of the side lanes as much as possible, we want Team Thailand here to actually push the side lanes because the minion wave is actually a good factor to consider if you want to negate or to turn around the situation, especially for Team Thailand.
The side lanes are important right now, especially in the top lane for Team Thailand because it's on a super minion state. So now Team Singapore, hey, wait up. Don't worry, casters. We're gonna push this. That is the catch-up pick of Lancelot. Is this another outplay for the side of Team Thailand? There's a stun coming in from the dog. And Hack will pop that quadrant and Porno. We having ourselves a dance-off here in the mid lane. There you go. The zone catching 3. But Bruno manages to get one with the Wave of the World, and now Jason, it's morphing time once again. The dog is just too bad. 3-man RKO out of nowhere for Jason. Is this the setup? Is this the setup, guys? Yes, it is. Double kill for the Bruno LY4. That is the retaliation play, Singapore. But is this clutch time though? No, it's not. Hey,
oh my god.
MYZMINK is trying to outplay, but the Lord is now alive as well. This is an instant tower kill for Team Singapore.
Actually, for your Team Singapore, I'd like to commend the setup play here coming from Jason. It was really the story of that clash. Without that perfect RKO taking at least 3 players of Team Thailand, it would be a little different from the outcome of that one. And as we can see here right now, this is the second Lord of the match for Team Singapore. They have the upper hand and they will secure it, although Louis tried to go for that warp portal on the side lanes just to make sure, just trying to contest that one. Although this time for Team Singapore, I guess, going to our thought earlier, it's all about securing the objectives rather than going for a team fight, because this time for Team Thailand, they also have the damage right now, and given the perfect initiation, it's gonna be really difficult for Team Singapore because they need to dodge at least 2 crowd controls come from Team Thailand. It's gonna be from the this Kufra and from the penalty zone of the Turisla.
But I think we did not count the dog. The dog is inside the base. Koopa. And there you go.
Oh my god.
Another one. Shoutouts to DJ Khaled. Chantel, I think this is it. This is the final hoorah of Team Singapore inside the base.
Actually, yep, 2 man down. Actually, make it 3. It's gonna be a mega kill for LY4. And another one, it's gonna be a GG push for Team Singapore, taking that game number 1.
There you have it. There you have it. Shoutouts